Hello, welcome to the part 2 of the Introduction to Surveying presentation. So, the second episode. So, in this presentation, I am going to discuss to you the types of surveying and also the role of genetic engineer in the community or the works of the engineer. Okay, let's start. I have here the types. Alright, let's start with the two classification or types ng survey. We have the plain and the genetic surveys. Pag sinabing genetic surveys, ito yung surveys na nati-take account ng true shape ng Earth. When say true shape ng Earth siya, it requires correction of for curvature. Ito yung survey na na-establish lang ng National Mapping and Resource Information Authority or yung NAMRIA. So, the genetic surveys, typically carried out by great precision. Kailangan siyang ginagawang mas precise because larger area or larger distance ang i-measure mo. Pag naman sinasabing plane surface, it just treat the earth as a flat or a plane surface. So, this survey is applicable only if limited lang yung area na isusukatin natin. So, pag shorter distance lang, so we are going to perform a plane survey. So, these are the just two types ng survey. For additional information on the genetic survey, so it furnishes position for points of reference to which multitude of surveys of lower precision may be tied. So, pare siyang mother survey. So, yung ginagawa natin sa genetic survey, so, yung mga lower precision, nagko-connect dito sa genetic survey kasi ito yung ginawa na mas precise. So, mas precise yung pagka-survey niya and NAMRIA lang ang gumagawa ng surveying ito. Again, no, pag plain survey, for example, here in the illustration, pag mga maliit lang na parcel, with the limited area lang yung isa-survey, so, pwede natin siyang i-plain survey. While the geodetic survey, if it take account the curvature na ng Earth. So, you have here illustration to differentiate what is the difference of your plane to from a geodetic. So, pag sinabing plane, so, titake na yung plane surface mismo, while the geodetic is a curved surface. Ini-ignore niya yung curvature ng Earth, si plane, while si geodetic, iti-take account niya yung curvature ni Earth. While the line joining the point is considered straight, kay plane naman, yung line B, A to B, A to C, and B to C is straight. While pag sa geodetic, so spherical yung line niya, medyo curved from A to C, C to B, and B to A. Medyo curved siya. Up here, triangles formed by 3 point is considered plane. So, nakikita nyo dito sa left side, yung triangle ABC is straight line lang. Plane triangle. How about this one? So, geodetic survey and triangles formed by 3 points is considered is spherical. So, A, B, C, ito is treat as a spherical triangle, yung nasa ilalim. Okay. Additional, for areas less than 250 square kilometer lang. Pag more than that, yung survey mo, for example, buong Leyte yung sa survey natin. So, hindi na pwedeng plain survey yung gagawin natin because we have the larger area. So, kailangan na siya mas precise kasi malaki na yung area na survey natin. So, dapat yung ipi-perform natin is called a geodetic survey. Okay, gets? So, may nagtatanong, what do you mean by curvature of the Earth? So, sana mga naku-confuse kung ano yung curvature ng Earth. So, I have your illustration. So, there are several towers. These towers are same height hanggang umabot siya doon sa opposite side ng lake. So, this is a lake, the towers crossing the lake. So, yung perception natin, so medyo naku-curve yung end ng tower. So, this proves that the Earth has a curve or hindi talaga flat yung Earth. So, this is what I mean of the curvature of the Earth. We have here different kinds of plane surveying. We have the cadastral. So this comprises all surveys of extensive areas consisting of several lots for cadastral registration. For example, if you are going to survey a one municipality comprising a lot of lot owners and several lot parcels, and the purpose is for registration, so you can conduct cadastral surveys. We have also topographic surveys. So they're carried out for the purpose of mapping landforms. So the output is a topographic map. So it indicates the height or the topography of the surface of the earth. So it also shows what is in the either natural or artificial features on the surface. So I have here an illustration of a cadastral map. On the right side, an example of a blueprint of a cadastre. That is a cadastre of Palo boundary. Yeah, we're on the left side here. We have an example of a cadastral map comprised. As you can see, we have here several lot or parcels. For the topographic map, this is sound familiar with you as you can use on your Google Earth or Google Map. So, the terrain. So, nag-i-indicate siya ng elevation, ng topography. You have here. We have other types of plane surveying. We have the mining survey. So these are survey that is performed or conducted on the mining areas, either underground or open pit mining operations. So we have also hydrographic maps. If you are going, our purpose is to create a bathymetric map or to create a map underwater surfaces. So if you're going to determine also what is in the bottom of the surface, so we can perform a hydrographic maps. So you have here illustrated. So here you can see a pictures of a surveyor conducting a survey on an open pit mining operation and in underground mining areas. Another point here you can see a vessels. So with a camera and a radar attached at the bottom to collect data on the subsurface of the ocean, and the output of this one is called a bathymetric map. Another kinds of plane surveying, we have the engineering surveys. So these are surveys conducted in, for example, in road projects or railroad or transmission lines. So I have here an example. So these are the surveys that I conducted in the Tacloban Bypass Road in the Upper Nalatula here in Tacloban. So here we lay out the alignment for that diversion road. Another types of surveys, this is one classification. We have the plane, the geodetic, and this another one we have the photogrammetric surveys, in which, so this is science of extracting data from a photograph. So either yung photographs is captured from a drone or from a plane. So pwede siyang gawin. And directly measure objects on the ground and then calculate the point coordinates and height differences. So, yung gamit lang, so we take a picture lang, and that picture we make a map out of that pictures. So, this is also known as in aerial surveying. So, this is an illustration. As you can see, gumagamit tayo ng mga plane. So, the airplane is being camera is being attached in that airplane, and the capture on the surface. So, as example. So the output of that photogrammetric survey is this one. So this is called a stereographic pairs. So these are photograph views which are taken from an aircraft or from an aerial survey. So ito yon, example. So this can be used for densification of survey control. So pag nag-establish tayo ng mga geodetic control na malaki na yung area, pwede natin siyang gawin, photogrammetry. We have for cadastral survey. We have topographic survey for terrain analysis. We have different application of a photogrammetric survey. So this is an example of a aerial photo. So this is a drone captured photo. So this was captured during the Typhoon Yolanda. So as you can see, there are structures and houses that was destroyed and damaged during the typhoon. So we can create a map out of this photo. We can create an analysis, and for management purposes, so we can use this kind of map. So yung photogrammetry, ang dami niyang application, yung output niya. Okay. Have here also. Alright, let's define now what is a land surveyor or who are the land surveyors. So when we say land surveyor, again, sila yung nagpo-provide ng spatial information. When we say spatial, para siyang perception ng or relationship of object in space. So, occupying or having the character in space. Ito yung spatial. So, the spatial information tells you what is where. Ano ba yung saan? So, we have here. So, this one, ito yung trabaho ni GE. Tama ba? Mali? So, ito ay mali. Mali yan. So, the work of the GE are this one. So, looking through that thing, that is an example of an instrument, old instrument, that is a theodolite or a transit. So, yung nakikita natin is yung mga rod and a pole. Example. So, ito yung role natin. So, best explain ano ba talaga yung ginagawa ng mga GE or mga surveyors. So, I have here. So, ano ba yung function ng GE? So, ano ba yung work natin in the future? So, conduct horizontal and vertical survey and political boundary survey. So, yung mga project na malaki, we can conduct kung isang cities, magpapa-conduct ng mga boundary with the other cities. So, pwede. Perform land surveys to determine their meets and bound. When we see meets and bound, that is the distance and directions of a land. So, gano'ng kalaki, asan yung boundary, and prepare tayo ng plans. Just like what I have discussed earlier, yung kay Mr. B na property, and then for either for titling purposes or other purposes, kung depende sa client kung ano yung gusto niyang gawin sa lupa niya. We have here, do a subdivision. So, that create a subdivision map, consolidation map, or consolidation or subdivision. When we say subdivision, yung hinahati-hati yung mga isang mother lot. Consolidation naman, yung nakahati, tapos pag-isahin, that is a consolidation. We have here, submit survey plans of subdivided, consolidated. So, tayo yung after natin mag-conduct ng survey, so yung mapa natin, isasubmit natin sa government offices for approval and verification. So, once na-approve, once na-verify, we can provide na a copy to our client of the blueprint of their property. Another also, we have, so survey to determine the established line and grade for construction. This is for engineering surveys. Another, construction of stake and as-built surveys for infrastructure. Yung nag-create ng mga vertical buildings. So, that is called a vertical surveys. So, ng mga buildings, yung mga high-rise mga buildings. So, conduct mineral and mining surveys. So, we are going to lay out the shaft. Installation of machineries requiring the use of precision of instruments. We have engagement in transfer of knowledge and technology in geodetic engineering, such as like me, as an instructor. So, pwede kang maging instructor as a geodetic engineer. So, another we have prepare and make sketches, lot and location plan. So, we can create that one. We have conduct engineering surveys, prepare technical engineering survey, topomap, hydromap, tidal, profile, cross-section, and others. We have parcellary surveys of land traversed by infrastructure projects. So, just like yung sa mga project ng DPWH, so, pag nag-road opening yung DPWH, ang daming parcels na natatamaan. So, tayo yung recommended na nagsisettle ng boundaries or nagsisettle ng mga documents ng mga clients under that situation. We have conduct of gravimetric and photogrammetric survey. So, that aerial survey. For the gravimetric, that is the measurement of the gravity at a specific area. So, mga technical plans, we can create that one. have here survey and mapping work such as preparation of geographic and land information system. So yung, for example, yung nakikita nyo sa Google Map, Google Earth. So yung mga presentation na nakikita nyo sa Facebook, yung mga may naka-indicate na colorful maps. So we are sa geographic information system. So we are responsible for that functions. So we have here some great surveyors include this George Washington. We have Thomas Mitchell and the most well-known navigators, especially the James Cook. So along with many early Australian explorers and maybe in the long run, so maybe you will become one of us. Okay? So just study your lessons and learn and develop your skills so you can be one of us in the future. Okay. So that will be the end of this lecture of part 2. So the next presentation, we're going to discuss the error, mistake, precision, and accuracy. Okay.